in the other pianos on Accorda was more piano, more softer.
I mean, this one has more dynamic difference.
Yes, dynamic, and the same power gives open sound, but in the second piano it's safer for stronger pianists, because some people play very strong and doesn't hear for the quality sound important. So I decided to change it more around, more safe, and it was the idea of Justina. She will help me with preparing, because she's the pianist also, and we play and listen together and deciding what's happened, what can we change, what can improve in the piano.
Okay. When you need to make a difference of the tone color, you do the technique of voicing as well?
Not only. Mainly I searching a sound by different regulation.
Regulation?
Yeah, regulation is very important before the voicing. If piano is good regulation, and it's not standard regulation. Of course, not standard. Many regulations is different. And should help pianists, especially for Chopin. If it will be the Rachmaninoff competition or I don't know, Liszt competition, the piano will be different regulation. But this is regulation similar to older pianos, like historic pianos, like Erard or Player. In the touch, you feel nothing, no action. This is my idea of regulation for Chopin. There is no standard. The other pianos also not standard regulation. But voicing is the last part, but everything is prepared earlier by regulation, but not by voicing.
So you mean the voicing is the last?
The last, but not much.
Yeah, I see.
If the regulation is it's some vision, it's a regulation way, which voicing doesn't change a lot on the finish. This conception is in the regulation of the power, of the elasticity in the tone. When I get it from regulation, the voicing is a little part.
Only that?
A little.
Top.
Little.
So you are saying this piano has designed, you created for the more, how do you say, powerful pianist?
No.
No.
It's normal piano. Normal, typical piano, nothing special. It was chosen half a year and a half ago. And it was a selection when stayed in 10 pianos. And we decide to buy this one because for me it was the best on this hall. Not too much metallic, not too much glass, because this hall doesn't like glass sound. So it was the best way. But this is typical normal piano.
Nothing special.
Nothing special.
But you know the acoustic of this hall more than any other technician.
Yes, this is
because
easier.
You are
this is easier. When I go to the Hamburg, I know exactly what I need.
Then which is newer? This one was 300, almost a similar year.
It's a half. 300 is half years younger. It's only that.
Yeah.
It is also normal piano. And it sounds a little bit open, but I changed it by regulation to close the sound a little.
I see.
It's for people which play very strong power. Not strong sound, strong power. If you practicing on the heavy piano, you have a stronger sound. Even if you don't want it, it's normal. It's practicing, playing.
So you made a change. Two pianos are, I say almost equal.
It was
production.
Equal.
But you made a change.
Yes. It was my idea our idea together. Because two the same pianos, it's boring.
Right.
Yes, and I know exactly from the previous competitions, not only for Chopin competitions, but like Paderewski competition and like Lushniki festival. I know exactly if pianists don't want to play on the one piano, after that I know exactly what they want to find it. And what's the experience, how to prepare the other pianos. Like an answer for the question. This is the question, and the second piano is the answer. Something like that. This is the idea.
So each pianist can choose. You provided the, choice.
Yes, of
Is
course.
that right? Oh,
Yes,
great,
yes,
great.
yes. Each piano. Yeah. We have on the selection Yamaha, Kawai, Fazioli, and both Steinways. Yes.
Another question I have is that this piano was the most chosen piano after all by pianists. Everybody loves this sound.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, right.
Very bright, but very sweet, and of course it's beautiful. What if, of course, each pianist has their own taste and request, but you have limited time? Then what if, somebody said,
I have no special request.
No.
After selection, when everybody decided to play on the other Steinway, it was accepted fully.
I see.
Despite Mr. Glanner asked everybody about private request,
I see.
but everybody told maybe a little bit something, but this a little bit means it's okay.
I see.
And it's impossible to change for everybody.
I see.
Yeah,
In that sense, providing two pianos is better idea.
Yes.
You have a less work on this limited stage on this.
Less, not much. It was many works, and still not. Maybe the time was okay, but not as much work to have not enough time. So it was okay. I had 4.5 hours in the night, and mainly it was okay. When I finished, it was finished also my time, and the pianos was always ready.
Also, do you have enough time to communicate with each contestant before the performance?
No, I was in touch with Mr. Garit, and Mr. Garit asked talk with everybody about the pianos.
I see.
So inform me in everything, or
He's
just in also.
Middle guy.
Yes.
I see.
It's better to divide the job,
right.
because to do everything. Such many pianists ask and talk and be here and tuning and asking and tuning. Impossible.
Right.
Impossible.
Then you are the only one tuner for Steinway. Only you did the two pianos.
Mainly yes, but I have. We are the team.
I see.
We are the team, and sometimes we divide some jobs, like Czech regulation by Justina. I tune here, but in the night. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
She's the
I'm
tuner.
sorry.
She tunes very well.
Oh.
And in case I can not tune, she can always exchange.
How many people in your team?
For tuning?
Yeah, for technical.
For tuning, we're both together.
Only two?
Only two.
Oh.
Yeah.
You have a nice partner.
Yeah, we work together. There's very important to have the same idea, the same influence, the same impression. Because when it's two people and one say one side, the second take apart the other opposite, don't cooperate. Doesn't work. But in our team, the perfect is the
you have common
meaning, the idea,
feeling.
The same way.
When you talk about something, she exactly know what you mean.
Yes.
Is that
Sometimes I have no time for tell something, and she exactly understand what I would like to say.
Right,
This is
right.
very important.
right? I see. One more question. How long have you been working for this competition, for Chopin piano, international piano competition by yourself?
Difficult to count exactly because it was the nights, but we started working at 9 p.m. and finished about 3 o'clock. It was about 6 hours, sometimes 7. We have 5 sections, 5 days like that, 5 nights like that.
I see.
Yeah.
And this is not the first time for you to support this big event, right?
Yes.
You've been doing this for years, I mean many times?
Yes.
How many times? I don't know.
But this is the second competitions when I am here. But of course earlier I was around and I was not inside, but I was listening and try to feel everything. Yeah, it was from the child.
Okay.
Yeah.
You must be very honored to own this piano in this super event. I mean, well, everybody will be admire you in you know.
Yes, I love this hall because in spite this is very difficult hall, but I work here. This is.
It's your home.
Exactly. It's like my home, and I know exactly what I expect from acoustic. This is important. Most important thing when I start, generally tuners start work, it's exactly know what is the acoustic of the hall. First,
Right.
to acoustic with regulation, tuning is also for acoustic. Higher and more balcony, it's more straight tuning, more increase. It's very important, wide tuning. In the smaller thing, especially when the ceiling is lower, the tune is thin, should be thinner. High, you can wider, tune wider.
This hall has a long, how do you say?
It's very friendly with the frequency, more frequency of high tones. With lower, it's not so good. It's it's very acoustic for higher.
When I was on the second balcony where we met, there you have somehow the sound gathers in the upper corner and reflects from there. And when I was listening to the concert, I saw the piano there, but most of the sound I hit coming from there. Because when the sound goes through the echoes in the hall,
Bounce.
it changes.
Yeah.
And therefore it's very good where the jury sits.
Right.
Because they get the most natural sound which is in this hall possible.
I suppose, without being disturbed by the bouncing between walls and ceiling, maybe.
Exactly.
But how piano technician can create less bad effect of the house?
Jarek, he is 1,000% expert. I am not. It's always the art for a technician to understand the hall, to give the piano as much brilliance as possible, but not too much. Because when it's too much, all of a sudden it can be glassy, and the music gets out of the sound.
Right.
But it's our idea to have the music in the sound, so that the pianist always can be as good as possible as a musician.
So probably he could adjust or manage the perfect volume sound and the tone color as well for the house.
That's what we think, but I think he perfectly did.
Yeah,
yes,
I think
believe
so too. Yes.
And of course, we are different piano producers, and each of us has a certain idea how the ideal sound should be.
Yes.
There is not only one sound which is right.
Right.
But we at Steinway, we have one sound of which we think this is the best for the artist. It must be rich, it must be free, it must be singing, it must be strong, so that whatever the pianist needs now finds it in the instrument.
Right.
And then it's a matter of taste. Not everybody at this competition chose the Steinway. Others had other ideas and found it in the other instrument. That is okay.
Of course, everybody is different.
The one drives a BMW, the other one has a Mercedes, and the third one has a Rolls Royce.
But I would say you are the most popular and you are the king.
Oh, I hope not.
Anyway, so you didn't use the term of frequency. Maybe you didn't, but I think I heard you said frequency. I don't know.
Yeah, frequencies, of course, tones are frequencies. And another factor, maybe Jarek spoke about it, is humidity. If the humidity changes in the hall, automatically the piano changes, but also the quality of sound changes. And very often here we found situations that in the night there was a humidity of 40-50%, which is good. And in the morning, when they started with the air conditioner and so on, it was down to 20.
Yes, that's right.
Then all you worked into the piano in the night, in the morning is gone. You find another piano, and that was very, very challenging for all. Also for the colleagues of the other companies.
Yeah, Hawaii people say so too.
I'm so glad and so proud of him because he was always there and did the measurements. And when he found out the piano was kind of out of tune in the morning, he fixed it in 20 minutes. This is the great mastership of a great concert technician.
That's right.
Jarek Bednarski.
So one more question. Did he say he chose the two instruments from the factory of Hamburg for the Chopin Institute and Music Hall? Is that correct?
No, not really, because he was there, he was listening, and with his expertise and his feeling, he was somebody to support the pianists. But the pianist who chose the instrument
is the one who made a decision.
And he makes the decision or the final recommendation which is being followed by the other people. So that was Juliana Avdeeva for the piano of the Nichts. That was the second Steinway, and for the first Steinway, which is regularly in this hall, that was Krzysztof Jabłonski.
To me, the most interesting story from him was he said two pianos are not much differences first, but he created a differentiation to provide choice for the artist, one will be much stronger, one will be much more mild, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
That his technique. That was very, impressive story.
Yeah. What he told me, both instruments are individually different. This is by nature.
Yes.
You are 3 Japanese women, but each of you is different. The pianist also.
Yeah.
And Jarek, as a master technician and also as a pianist, he tried to find out what the character of each instrument is.
And he withdrew the best.
And this is what I admire. Because he had the one instrument that says, okay, you have the brilliancy, your character is like this, and he brought it up to its best. And then he forgot about it all, went to the other instrument and said, how are you? And then he would bring up that instrument, but not mix. He would separate it. This is why we had 2 very good, but individually different instruments, so that the pianist really had a choice.
Only the home technician can do, I guess. Yamaha Kawai are away.
They had only one piano, but I know the technicians of Yamaha and Kawai also. They are also very good technicians.
Of course, I know.
So if they have 2 pianos, they will have the same approach, I'm sure. They are professionals. And I have great respect for them. I've been knowing them for many years when we were in different competitions. But each piano brand has a special kind of characterization of their instruments. So this is why we are different. That's the advantage for the pianists.
Wonderful. Now I'm clear about what you said.
Bingo.
Thank you so much.
Great pleasure. Goodbye. Okay. Hey, let's go to Hollywood.